How's it going, guys? It's autotips.ca coming to you live, ladies and gentlemen. Today we're going to be tackling EGR valve, which is exhaust recirculation valve, they call it. And a 2009 Honda Civic. It has P0400. So we're going to tackle that, what that means, and how that can affect your car. Even if you don't notice it while you're driving, the check engine light might be on. It's an emission sensor, so you won't notice it with the drivability issue unless it's a hard code, which is if the EGR is actually has a hole on it. I'll show you guys what the EGR looks like. This is your exhaust system. So this is your color converter. So the gas from this one, it comes from this tube. As you can see here, it gets reburned back to the cylinders. So this is your ignition coil, so it goes back to the cylinders, you know, like so. The computer monitors that through a power. So it opens this solenoid and it lets the exhaust gases to go back to get reburned. So that saves you a lot of gas. So if the EGR is not functioning properly, your gas mileage, it'll be really, really bad. So it's good to let this EGR operating properly. A lot of people, they ignore it because they feel the car is running okay, the engine is not shaking, that it's okay. But you're actually, what you're doing is your gas economy is getting destroyed, and a lot of that vapor, if you have a hole here, it's actually going away. And you might get a little misfire, but for a V6, it's hard to notice. But on a 4-cylinder, definitely it's gonna affect. So that's the P0400 that we're gonna be tackling. We'll show you guys how to go about that. Usually that happens, I have a loose EGR that I'm gonna show you, but what happens with all the carbon buildup, it gets plugged here. Either you get a hole, it gets rusted. So more likely that's what it is. So we'll check the power on it. So this is your plug. So it has power on it. I just gotta activate it. So I got the scanner hooked up here. So we have to maintain, like I say, it's 1500 RPM. So we're gonna maintain about 1500 RPM. So we're gonna say okay. So now it's going. Turn off of electrical devices. Yeah, we did that. So the AC, everything is off because it changes the idle. So we did that. So now it's actually, we have to maintain the RPM. Takes a while, like it's actually right now, it's trying to do the test. So for the EGR to function properly, like the temperature of the engine is supposed to be at a normal operating temperature. So a lot of conditions has to happen for it to function, the EGR, because the computer controls that. So that's why you see the coolant over there. Something is not letting the EGR to open. The power to it is good. So you got your voltage. That's your ground. So we're gonna take the valve and see what it looks like inside. So we got a 12 mil bolts here. So we're gonna get our socket inside, here. So this is what it looks like. As you can see, guys, this is full of carbon buildup. So I got one used one. Usually the way to clean these out is, you could take these out, these ones, those are little valves, and then you could put a chemical, and then you make that to work, to open and close. And that's how usually, as you can see here, this, whenever this opens, the exhaust gets fed back through here. So it's good to let this thing to function. It's an emission sensor. I want to get another one. So you can see this versus this one here. This is much cleaner. We just gotta, yeah, a new one costs about $400. So we got a used one here. And it was just gonna work fine too. So it's all nice and clean. You wanna make sure when you got these out, you don't wanna drop anything here, because anything you drop here will go to the cylinders. So you gotta make sure to be careful here. Don't drop any bolts. As new as good. So I say this is, even if you don't notice anything now, with the new EGR, I use working properly, it's gonna be working good. You're gonna be saving a lot of gas on this car because of the EGR valve. So the P400, if you get that kind of code, this is one of the solutions. As long as you have power on the wires while the car is running, then you're okay. Your power is good, your ground is good, your reference is good, then you're dealing with the EGR valve itself. So make sure you check it first, make sure it's clean, and that's how you pretty much diagnose an EGR valve not functioning or not letting the gas flow to go sufficiently in there. So that's restriction of the EGR. So we put a used one that was working good, and Auto Tips is all about giving you guys tips about how you keep your car running properly and how to you keep the money in your pocket. That's what it is. So subscribe to the channel to get fresh videos every week. Till the next time, peace.